Hi, this is Sarah on Ask Me Any Question. First question: is code documentation a significant challenge in your projects? I would say for myself, I did find documentation, especially when I was a software engineer, quite a challenge because I started being a software engineer back in the time when you would do all of the design documentation, the databases, the process flows, what was going to happen, etc. And then after the design phase was finished and after you had the time estimates, you would start working on the project. And it was as if as soon as you started off working on the project, everything would change and it didn't follow the design. And rarely did we ever go back to the old documentation and fix it. I also always found it quite a challenge when you are trying to work with documentation. So a lot of companies, they have these big wikis with documentation where we have different solution ideas or different things that engineers came up with, etc. And what I found as a challenge, being a person that likes to absorb information or, let's say, gather the information to move forward, was I never felt I could trust 100% what I was reading. How old is this? Did the engineer go back and update the documentation when things changed, when things shifted? So, as a result of that, I found that the closer your documentation can be coupled to your code. So, when it can be part of the code, and let's say, created from the code, like Java code or something like that. And then you have the documentation coming from it. So it's like right next to those features, right next to the place that you're writing. That's the best documentation because it's very easy to update while you're writing your code. It's very easy to, I don't know, if something's shifting, if you have a different API call or something, you have it right there and you don't have to go someplace else and update it. So that would be my recommendation in documentation. Get that documentation attached to the code and use some kind of generator, depending on which coding language you're using, to generate your documentation from that.